A warped man walked out of the woods, killed our friends right in front of us.
What is that, siren?
Sometimes it would stare more than it would make to kill, try to talk to you. It whispered at me, "Come and eat." It made me cold in my bones. When I was made to kill, I thought of this, and it calmed me. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation Euclid Class Object SCP-323. SCP-323, also known as Wendigo Skull, is...
Ain't them like them little... Oh, okay, well, never mind. He about to explain it. You said, why is Bigfoot SCP? Bro, everything at SCP these days. You know what I mean? My finger at SCP. Fuck is you talking about?
The skull of an unidentified cervid measuring 55 centimeters long, 27 centimeters wide, and 31 centimeters tall.
Damn.
With a pair of antlers growing from the left and right sides of SCP-323, 323 shows signs of damage consistent with outside exposure, with regular pitting, scarring, and weathering across the object, bleaching on the upper surfaces, and a missing lower jaw. The rear of the skull features an approximately centered ovoid gap, measuring 25 centimeters high and 23 centimeters wide, giving access to an interior space 16 centimeters deep.
Yo, boy, it had long as hell. God damn.
This gap shows signs of tool use, indicating that it was carved with tools, possibly stone. SCP-323 displays the ability to react to aural, tactile, and visual stimuli.
What in the world?
Testing has revealed SCP-323 appears to have a field of view similar to that of other cervids, and has responded to visual stimuli from up to 50 meters away. 323 is also capable of limited locomotion, typically in the form of small movements and vibrations. In most cases, 323 will only move away when touched, or when personnel are present within its containment chamber. But 323 has also demonstrated the ability to make larger movement, such as lunging at SCP's personnel.
Yeah, alright. Nigga, let us go jump at me. What are you talking about? I'm smacking it right down. What you running for? It's just like a skull. And but let me not forget, it's an SCP. Bitch probably gonna mighty morphin into like a Power Ranger or some shit.
And repeatedly attempting to
alright, that right there is creepy, bro. Like, what are you even doing?
Break through its containment.
Pulling up with a flamethrower. The fuck are you talking about?
SCP-323 exerts an influential effect in a radius extending roughly 15 meters from itself. Individuals within this radius will begin experiencing cannibalistic thoughts and urges, violent outbursts, and impaired judgment after approximately 1 hour of continuous exposure. Roughly 74% of individuals who reach this point will attempt to place their heads through the gap present in the back of 323. If an individual is incapable of fitting their whole head through the gap, attempts will be made to bludgeon their heads against nearby hard surfaces until the point that the individual's head
Bro, what are you talking about right now? What are you talking about right now? Yo, these SCPs be wild. Never mind. Keep that thing away from me. Never mind. Forget everything I just said like 5 minutes ago, bro. Get off me, bro.
their
Get off
heads against nearby hard surfaces until the point that the individual's head manages to fit, loses consciousness, or pass on. Once the individual has fit their head through 323, the individual is classified as SCP-323-1. Within 10 minutes of putting 323 on, 323-1 will undergo drastic physical alterations. 323-1 will experience a rapid loss of body fat, body hair, and pigmentation, followed by the rupturing of the distal phalanges from the fingertips, abnormal tooth growth, and the blackening of extremities consistent with frostbite. Additionally, 323-1 appears to experience greater strength and pain tolerance than the average human. However, 323-1 still appears to be as susceptible to physical harm as it was before contacting SCP-323. SCP-323-1's metabolism will experience a dramatic increase, requiring a constant caloric intake, with starvation occurring anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes, if no self-preservation efforts are made. In order to sustain its
He looked like the thing I be seeing in the mirror every day. You want some holy water, bro?
increased metabolism, 323-1 will actively seek out and eat other individuals for sustenance. If 323-1 is incapable of finding plentiful nourishment, 323-1 will make efforts to sustain itself, including limiting movement, rationing available food, and auto-cannibalism. SCP-323-1 will only feed upon humans. It is presumed that 323-1 can receive sustenance from other sources, but chooses not to, despite availability or ease of access. During the pursuit of individuals, SCP-323-1 has been known to occasionally make various statements in the Severn, Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Cree languages, as well as in the native language of
Well, what that first one say? That one said upside down triangle VU9. How you even pronounce that? That don't like Jig we cool. Yo, I just peeped, bro. Yo, if I die, y'all know what happened, bro. I accidentally summoned a demon. Why am I doing this to myself? Why would I ever repeat
323-1 original itself. It is not known if these statements and the knowledge of these languages is the result of SCP-323's anomalous influence, or if they originate from 323 itself. The following audio log has been transcribed from surveillance recovered during the 2006 containment breach of SCP-323, which resulted in the death of 12 personnel members before containment could be reestablished. Hungry. So hungry. I must eat. So very hungry. Always, always hungry. Must not eat. I have to eat. So hungry. So lonely.
The fuck, nigga? What was that? Where'd that come from? How you go from extreme savage to Drake?
Alone. Hungry. Should eat. Must eat them all. I must eat. To know.
I'm sorry, the voice actor just not doing it for me, bro. Y'all should have got some. I don't know. You just not doing it for me right now. I must eat to know. I'm sorry. I just not doing it for me, bro.
Warmth. So cold. Must eat. SCP-323 was first discovered on December 9, 1997, in the Bittern Lake Reserve, part of the Lakla Runge First Nation in Canada. A small and unregistered community had been sustaining an active SCP-323-1 by routinely murdering individuals and leaving them out as an appeasement to 323-1. Investigation revealed that many people were involved, and these people were amnesticized after being interviewed, and a cover story involving an unidentified serial killer was propagated. Unfortunately, the 323-1 died of starvation during its transfer to Site-91. James Namagus, an individual involved in the murders and sustaining of SCP-323-1 prior to its containment, was brought in by a professor from the Foundation for questioning. James remained unusually calm throughout and after the interview. James told the professor that he involved in moving the bodies for the Wendigo to eat. Here, Wendigo refers to the 323-1 instance. His elders told them a story of the Cree men, back when fighting was common, who tried to control the Wendigo to give his people an advantage. When asked about how they first encountered Wendigo, he said, "One night, I heard yelling all around the village. A warped man walked out of the woods, killed our friends right in front of us. Sometimes it would stare more than it would make to kill, try to talk to you. It whispered at me, 'Come and eat.' Would make."
What are you doing? What are you doing if he said, "Come eat, come here, friend. I just want to get to know you. Let's talk. Let's discuss this over a meal of your best friend and your mother and your daughter."
To kill, try to talk to you. It whispered at me, "Come and eat." It made me cold in my bones. Then I felt like I could understand the warped man, the Wendigo, and that we could leave with him like we all do when we pass. When I was made to kill, I thought of this and it calmed me. I didn't run. It would look at me sometimes. I could hear him in my mind. I could.
Man, that's that. I like you. I want you. Now either we doing it the easy way or the hard way.
Feel him watching me from out of my own eyes. This helped me watch these people die, and I hoped it would pass on my family. Following the interview, James was administered amnestics and was reintroduced to his community. SCP-323 is to be kept in a 17 cubic meters concrete containment cell in Site-91. It is to be restrained in the center of the cell with a 1 cubic meter container of 8.8 centimeter thick transparent armor. The container must be lined with a one-way laminate, which has one electronically locked access port. This container is to be internally lit, with the surrounding cell kept dimmer to facilitate the one-way laminate. The cell is to be surveyed remotely at all times, and any signs of activity are to be reported. No personnel are to enter SCP-323's containment cell except to examine the integrity of SCP-323's restraint measures. The restraint measures are to be examined bi-weekly, and any signs of damage are to be...
Bro, you gotta stay safe out here, bro. SCPs be lurking, bro. You know, they just now coming to the light. You feel what I'm saying? And I just really think they interesting. You know, that's why I stay my ass where I am. You know?
Repaired immediately. All personnel who enter 323's containment cell are to be accompanied by an armed guard. Personnel are not to be within 323's containment cell for longer than 45 minutes. And any communication around 323 is to be written or spoken in a language other than English or French. In the event that 323 breaches containment and an instance of 323-1 is formed, personnel are to evacuate Site-91 and the site is to be locked down. Remote units are to be deployed to destroy the body of 323-1. Following this, armed personnel may be sent in to re-establish the containment of SCP-323. Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art.
Bro, I'm trying to get fan art like these, bro. This man probably get like 50 fan art every day, dog. I get like 1 a week. I'm not saying that I'm complaining. I love you guys. But hey, bro. Hey, that was fire, though. That was heat. Not the best one I've seen, but it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.